All right, we need to finish our last sentence and then we will go ahead and do our reading. So here we go. Listen carefully to the sentence and see if you can repeat it back to me. Was your brain in pain after the long day of testing?
Was your brain in pain after the long day of testing?
Okay. Was your brain in pain after the long day of testing?
Not texting, testing.
Testing. Can you say? Was your brain in pain after the long day of testing?
Was your brain in pain after the long day of testing?
Okay. How many words are in that sentence?
Was your brain in pain after the long day of testing? 11 or 10.
What'd you say?
11 or 10.
11 or 10? Which one is it? Was you? I'll count as I say it. Was your brain in pain after the long day of testing?
Was your brain in pain after the long day of testing?
11 of them. Good. Okay. So let's say it one more time and then I'll let you write. Was your brain in pain after the long day of testing?
Was your brain in pain after the long day of testing?
You're probably going to need to speak up so that they can hear you too. Alright, I'm going to say the sentence and you make sure that you have all of the words. Okay. Was your brain in pain after the long day of testing? Got them all? Okay. Alright, so let's go through caps. Do you have a capital letter where you need a capital letter? And in this sentence, where is that?
At the beginning.
At the beginning, okay. Is it neat? Very neat? I would have to say absolutely neat. You're really making an effort to make your letters more correctly, and it looks much better than it usually does. All right. How about punctuation?
Period.
Period. Hey, read that sentence to me.
Was your brain in pain after the long day of testing?
Why did you change it?
Because it's a question that it's not telling you something.
Right. It is a asking sentence, not a telling sentence. All right. So let me look and see here. I can't make them hard enough for you, can I? Absolutely. Perfect on the spelling. Nice job. Very nice job. All right. Let's turn the page. Okay, so since this, she's wanting to watch the video, whenever you're probably going to need to speak up just a little bit when you're reading so she can hear you, okay? All right, let's go ahead, get a highlighter first. I forgot to have you grab one of those. And go ahead and highlight all of the AY and the AI words for me that you can find in there. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to stop you for a second. What is that word? Said. Do we hear, I mean, it is spelled with the AI, but do we hear the long A sound in there? We don't say said, did we? We say said. So that's one of those sight words that doesn't like necessarily follow the rules. So you can leave it there. It's okay. It's all right. Does that have an A-I or A-Y in it?
Oh, no, I forgot.
No, but it does make the what?
A-Y.
It makes the long A sound, doesn't it? There, yep. That's another one of those sight words. Don't highlight it because it's not one of them, but it does have the long A sound. Yes, I wouldn't highlight them. Okay, now there's a word that happens in here several times that you did not highlight. You know, oh, what's he doing? Oh, there's one too. I didn't catch that one. What about this word? What's that word?
Oh, dang.
Okay, they
No,
kind
you
of trick you
can't.
because they put the ED on the end, but does the AY say A? It does, yep, so we need to highlight
I
all
thought
of
that
those.
A kind of go in the middle and only can go at the end.
Well, this is called a suffix. We haven't really talked too much about that. If you would take that off, what word do you have?
J.
You have,
Oh, yeah, play.
sorry, my finger's gone too far. We have play, right? Okay, so if we took off that suffix, a suffix is something that's added to the end of a word, and if we took that off, we have the root word, which is called play. So we would highlight that all the way through. Don't I like how you remembered that AY was at the end of the word all the time? There's a couple more of them. Okay, then what about this word right here? That's okay, because they kind of blend together. And what about that one? All right, I think we're good to go now. So go ahead and read that out loud to me, please.
Shay and Trey went outside to play in the forest. It was a great day. I hope it doesn't rain, said Trey. If gray rain clouds come this way, we may have to stay under the big tree and wait, said Shay. The two friends had a great day. They played with sailboats, they played with a shovel and pail. They saw a dog chase his tail. They played in the mud with some snails. They played with a train. Oh no, it started to rain and hail. Do not be afraid, said Shay. We can stay safe under this tree and wait for it to stop. The two friends waited under the tree. When it was safe, they went back to their homes.
Okay, good. Now, can you find another word, there's actually a couple of them, that have the long A sound, but with the silent E? Can you find another word that has a long A sound, but this time with a silent E? We didn't have you highlight those, but what's another word that has that? Where you have the magic E on the end and it makes the A say its name. There's one in the third paragraph and one in the fourth paragraph and one in the fifth paragraph. Go back to this paragraph. They saw a dog do what?
Tail.
What about the stick? Yeah. Does that have a long A sound too? It does. Yeah. No, don't highlight it. You did exactly what I said by doing the AIs and the AYs. But I was just kind of pointing out, like you found that THEY, the EY says A as well. And I just wanted to remind you about the silent E's. All right. I'm going to have you read it one more time and see if we can get it to be a little more fluent. And when I mean fluent, I mean like where you don't have to really think about the words. And then we're gonna work on what we call phrasing, where when you say a sentence, you sometimes pause at different places because some of the words kind of flow together. So let's read this first one together. We have Shay and Trey went outside to play in the forest. Okay, so we would probably do Shay and Trey went outside to play in the forest. So read that sentence out loud.
Shay and Trey went outside to play in the forest.
Okay, speak up a little bit so that they can hear you on video. But does that kind of help you make it flow a little bit better? Okay, let's look at this one. It is a gray day.
It is a gray day.
So all of that kind of goes together, doesn't it? So we probably say that in one breath. And then we have I
hope it doesn't rain.
So we could probably do I hope it doesn't rain, said Trey. Okay, down here, what do you think we have? If gray rain clouds came this way. And when you have that comma there, it's almost like a pause put in there for you, isn't it? Alright, so we would probably do all of this in one. So if gray rain clouds come this way, we may have to stay under the tree, or I'm sorry, under the big tree and wait. So how do you think we could break that up?
We may have to stay under the big tree.
Yep. And wait. Said Shay. Okay, see how that kind of helps you make it flow a little bit better? So let's read all these two, or just these two paragraphs together.
Shay and Trey went outside to play in the forest. It is a gray day. I hope it doesn't rain, said Trey. If gray rain clouds come this way, we may have to stay under the big tree and wait, said Shay.
Okay. So what about this one? What do you think? The two friends had a great day.
The two friends had a great day.
Yeah, so we would probably break it up just like that. Alright, what about this one?
They played with sailboats.
Okay, so what could we group together, do you think?
They played with sailboats.
They played with sailboats. Good. Okay, how about this one?
They played with a shovel.
So do they play with a shovel
And pail.
and pail? Mm-hmm.
They saw a dog chase his tail.
Tail. Good job. Okay. They played
in the mud with some snakes.
Awesome.
They played with a train.
With the train. Good. We're catching on to this.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It started to rain.
And ham. Yep.
Do not be afraid,
So we probably put, do not be afraid.
said Shay.
Said Shay.
We can stay safe under this tree and wait for it to stop.
To stop. Good. Okay.
The two friends waited.
Just waited. Oops, sorry. Yep.
Two friends waited under the tree.
Mm-hmm.
When it was safe,
Mm-hmm.
they went back to their house.
Good. All right. Now let's see. Keeping those phrases in mind, okay? How we scooped those around. See if you can kind of make it flow a little bit better and read it from the top to the bottom as fluently as you can. Okay? Let's hear it.
Shay and Trey went outside to play in the forest. It is a gray day. I hope it doesn't rain, said Trey. If gray rain clouds come this way, we may have to stay under the big tree and wait, said Shay. The two friends had a great day. They played with sailboats. They played in the mud with some snails.
Oh, we skipped a line. Let's see if I found a great.
A shovel
There you go.
and pail.
Mm-hmm.
They saw a dog chase his tail. They played in the mud with some snails. They played with a train. Oh no! It started to rain and hail. Do not be afraid, said Shay. We can stay safe under this tree and wait for it to stop. The two friends waited under the tree. When it was safe, they went back to their homes.
give it back to the hands. Good. So that kind of helps a little bit, doesn't it? When you start thinking about it that way instead of it being choppy or like being like a robot and Shay went outside to play. Sometimes that's what we sound like when we first read something. And then if you go back and do that, you don't even necessarily have to make the little scoop things, but if you kind of think about what sounds right together, it will make your reading a lot more smooth and a lot more fluent. All right, you did an awesome job on this lesson. It is lunchtime.